On the October 1st, 2021 episode of SmackDown, Brock Lesnar surprised fans when he grabbed a microphone and revealed that he is now a free agent. And in this video, I will give the real reason why Brock Lesnar is now a free agent. On the first night of the WWE Draft on Friday Night SmackDown, this was a very newsworthy episode of Friday Night SmackDown. We had several surprising draft picks, including Charlotte Flair, who is the current Raw Women's Champion, getting drafted to SmackDown. We also saw that Roman Reigns would be staying on SmackDown. And in a very bizarre segment, we saw Seth Rollins invade Edge's house. The rope-breaking incident, which happened at Extreme Rules, was pretty much swept under the rug and forgotten about and almost completely ignored by the commentators Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman. And even the Demon Finn Balor was completely absent from SmackDown. He was nowhere to be seen. At the beginning of SmackDown, Roman Reigns came out to the ring, and the fans in attendance were shocked when they heard Brock Lesnar's music. Brock Lesnar made a surprise appearance, where he confronted Roman Reigns and then attacked him. This was definitely a shocking moment, but something happened later on in the show that was even more shocking. Towards the end of the show, Brock Lesnar showed up backstage when Jeff Hardy was doing an interview, and Brock teased that he was going to attack Jeff Hardy. Instead, Brock Lesnar grabbed the microphone from Caleb Braxton, and he went on to state that he has a public announcement that he would like to share. Because of Paul Heyman, he is now a free agent. And because of that, Brock Lesnar gets to do whatever Brock Lesnar wants to do. And when Brock Lesnar announced that he's now a free agent, most fans thought that this meant that Brock could appear on any show he wants, Raw, SmackDown, or even NXT, and still be under a WWE contract. But rumor has it that this is not the case. Reportedly, Brock Lesnar will wrestle his final match in WWE at Crown Jewel, and then Brock will join AEW All Elite Wrestling. Now, this is a late breaking news story. The more details will soon be released about this shocking news story that Brock Lesnar will be signing with AEW after he wrestles Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel. And when Vince McMahon heard about Brock Lesnar deciding that he's not going to stay in WWE anymore, he's going to leave WWE after Crown Jewel, Vince lost it. He couldn't believe, he was so angry that after the last few months of pushing Brock Lesnar, of having Brock Lesnar return at SummerSlam, putting Brock Lesnar into this huge match with Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel, that he now realizes that he made a huge mistake, because now AEW has one-upped WWE and they will soon have Brock Lesnar in the company. And it's also being said that Vince McMahon plans on embarrassing Brock Lesnar on his way out of the company. And this will happen at the Crown Jewel pay-per-view. We don't know what the plan is to embarrass Brock Lesnar, but to say that Roman Reigns is going to defeat Brock Lesnar definitively, clean in the middle of the ring, is an understatement. Now, there's also rumors going around that Brock Lesnar will not just wrestle his final match at Crown Jewel, but he will wrestle a match before Crown Jewel. As we saw in this backstage segment with Jeff Hardy being confronted by Brock Lesnar right before Brock Lesnar announced that he was a free agent, it's being said that this was done to set up a match for an episode of SmackDown that will take place before the Crown Jewel pay-per-view. So to reiterate, this moment of Brock Lesnar saying he's a free agent was to send a signal to fans that Brock Lesnar's not staying around for much longer. Brock Lesnar is leaving WWE and he's headed to AEW. Now, the question is, what are the plans for Brock Lesnar in AEW? Is he going to wrestle a part-time schedule, a full-time schedule? What is AEW going to do with Brock Lesnar? Now, most of the plans for Brock's debut have been kept under wraps for AEW, but a few of the plans have been leaked. Rumor has it that Brock will debut for AEW at the upcoming Full Gear pay-per-view in November. And AEW is trying to keep Brock's debut a secret. They want this moment where Brock debuts at the AEW Full Gear pay-per-view in November to be a huge surprise that fans will never forget and will create a huge buzz where fans need to watch AEW because huge stars like Brock Lesnar could show up at any moment. So now there's nothing that Vince McMahon can really do. Brock Lesnar is headed to AEW. Vince McMahon can't throw any more money at Brock Lesnar. Brock has made his decision. He's going to AEW. He's going to wrestle there. And he may end his career in AEW. That might be the final wrestling company that he wrestles for. And we could see huge matches with Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk, Brock Lesnar versus Bryan Danielson, and even having Brock Lesnar face Kenny Omega for the AEW World Championship. So even though Brock Lesnar is leaving WWE for AEW, we are still going to get some humongous, gigantic matches in AEW that a lot of fans will want to see. But the ultimate question that everybody's asking is, how was Brock Lesnar able to get out of his WWE contract? Because when Brock returned back in August 2021, it was announced that Brock had signed a new contract. This is something we're going to have to look into here on Wrestling News Now over the next few weeks and see what happened. How did Brock Lesnar get out of his WWE contract to be able to go to AEW? And from the looks of it, it's clear that AEW must have more money to pay Brock Lesnar than WWE has, because why would Brock Lesnar go to AEW when supposedly WWE was paying Brock Lesnar a lot of money? But one of the reasons could be is that Vince McMahon and Brock Lesnar had some type of falling out. Brock Lesnar wants to go to AEW and have AEW succeed so much that AEW becomes the true #1 wrestling company in the world. Let me know your thoughts on Brock Lesnar becoming a free agent and the rumor that he has signed with AEW. Leave a comment and give me your opinion. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification so you don't miss our next video.